few days, but that's just a common theme every single week. It's just really starting to get old at this point, but you know what? The stock market reached record heights today, and that is awesome. That is fantastic. I'm so happy for it. In the prior reality, it would not have been possible for it to keep going forever. But here it will keep going forever, no doubt about it. It doesn't get any more absurd than this. Just like so many people who are resurrected from the grave here, it just seems to be a common pattern in this place. Like Randy Quaid, brought back from the dead miraculously. And he actually died quite recently. I would say in my memory, in the end of 2023. But here we are, Randy Quaid alive and well again, like nothing ever happened. That one really got to my friend Teresa. I shared in a community post, Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. You guys need to check that out. He says, "Luke, I am your father." Why would he say that? Just like that podcast I told you guys about on completely unrelated subjects. It was not a conspiratorial channel at all. It was a debate, philosophy type of debate. And the lady's name was Lucy that he was debating. And the man said, "Lucy, you got some splaining to do." Why would he say that? If it's never been said before. I mean, why would Chris Farley say, "Luke, I am your father" in that movie when it came out in 1995? Why would he say that? It doesn't make any sense. But here we are. Just like the coming black moon. Oh, the coming black moon. Supposedly tomorrow night. Rigorously beautiful, fantastic celestial anomaly that happens once every 33 months. Every 33 months, so specific. So very oddly specific, guys. A black moon. Absolute horseshit. I have never ever heard of such a thing. It's just, they can pull anything out of a hat. They could pull a rabbit out of a hat. Like when I said in my community post that they may as well just put a giant donkey on the moon or like an elephant with a hat, and it'll be just as believable as this shit. Just as believable. They might as well just do it. The moon will become an open door just in time, Danny. That's right, Steve. They didn't mention it 33 months ago. Apparently there is an article from 2017 discussing the black moon, which is, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that in my life. Just like these miraculous up and coming eclipses. Guys, I'm going to reflect back on the real eclipse that I saw. I've mentioned it so many times on this channel, maybe it'll get old for you guys. But you gotta understand that was actually a really moving moment in my life. There was an eclipse, a solar eclipse, in 1999. I was in Tucson, Arizona. I was a kid. And I watched it, and it was awe-inspiring. Like, it was actually incredibly beautiful. And you could even feel the energy from these celestial objects. And it was uplifting. it was calming, it was uplifting, it was beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful moments of my life, watching that eclipse. I've like there's only a handful of times in my life when I felt close to God. Now lately there's just no God at all. He abandoned me completely at this point. But that eclipse was one of the closest moments I've had to divinity. It was beautiful, and it's supposed to be that way, guys. Eclipses are a rebalancing, energetic rebalancing um, factor. What they do is that they represent a positive and negative polarity, or female male energy. And when the eclipse occurs, there is a rebalancing, like the positive and negative cancel each other out, energetically speaking. So it creates this fundamentally important neutral zone that is integral in continuing the story, continuing the patterns of life, and actually perhaps changing into a different story. And what I mean by that is the zodiacs are archetypes, and they are sentient beings in their own right. And as we move, I'm talking about the old earth, by the way, just to make this very clear. This is not happening now. But in the old earth, as you move through the zodiac, these archetypes and different expressions of consciousness are kind of subtly, I don't want to say beamed down to the earth, but they influence macro patterns on our planet. They influence patterns of behavior and patterns of change. So they're really integral and really important. And sometimes these archetypes, like the zodiacs, they conflict with each other. They create an imbalance, and it can create like a storm, like a psychic storm. And if a solar eclipse is a representation of the rebalancing of the cosmic energy, so that the archetypes could be whole again, and that you can start fresh and you can start a new story. And for a lunar eclipse, that represents the uplifting of the divine feminine. So it's specific to the divine feminine. Let me see here. There are thousands of ME examples, normies, denied, false memories. Before you got on, Viru, I don't even recall these bizarre blood moons from childhood. No, they was extremely rare. Extremely rare back then. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, but Randy Quaid is alive. Yeah, that's right. I have very vivid, very clear memories of watching a YouTube video like memorializing Randy Quaid. He died 2 years ago, or at the end of 2023, but he's very much alive. Me either. The eclipses seem to happen way faster and random, like 1 week notices I stared into the 2017 eclipse, things become upside down for that. Well, that's right, Steve, because that the rebalancing of divine archetypes has now been transformed into a software update, for lack of a better word. If this is indeed an alien construct, which I suspect that it is, and they're trying to reconfigure or integrate this simulation deeper into our psyche, then these software updates or eclipses become their normal way of doing things. And as I said before, they're real eclipses. They uplift you. They give you divine energy. They empower you. Okay? These are completely the opposite. They take from you. They take everything from you. And maybe that's one of the reasons why there's so many of them, Steve. For that, for that reason, and that's quite sad. And like I've said many times before, the 1999 eclipse and the solar eclipse today, they bear absolutely no resemblance to one another. What I saw back then and what people witness now, there is no connection. They look absolutely nothing alike. But I would say it's still more likely that we're, invaded, placed into a false construct, and for us special people, we're able to see that, but most can't. I don't know. It's quite sad, guys. I'm actually just so burnt out at this point. It's like every time you think you can't get a bigger burnout, you get a bigger burnout. It's like it pushes you to a new low, and I'm just exhausted on a fundamental soul level. I saw there's a pattern with the blood moons. Can't remember what year. It was a mirror point. The patterns of time between reversed, getting further into the unreal. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Each eclipse represents getting further into the unreal. That's a good way of putting it. Or perhaps deeper into the simulation, deeper into the false mirror, the false shadow world. The new divine feminine wears tons of makeup, gets Botox, gets plastic surgeries, and perform on OnlyFans. So glorious. Yeah, so absolutely spectacular. Very empowering indeed. All right, guys, but I want to ask, like, do you remember Randy Quaid passing away a couple of years ago? If yes, please tell me. I would like to know. But yeah. So we have these eclipses coming up in a short amount of time here. It's very exciting. Another blood moon. Hooray! Did you guys hear about the rabbits in Colorado who are growing these, some kind of bizarre disease where they're growing these tentacle-like protrusions that come out of their skin? It looks like something from a horror movie. Check it out. Put in rabbit disease in Colorado. Last year, April 1 was super synthetic, and I stared at it for 45 minutes, felt soulless. Yes. Tentacles and horns. Yeah, Steve, tentacles and horns. Yeah, I would even say that it's more than soulless, that it's a hollow. It's the very definition of pure emptiness. Zombie squirrels too, yeah. So yeah, guys, a video of Bashar popped up on my feed because I've watched many of his videos, and he says that we're in the graduating master class of the universe, that the Earth is a tough school, and that we're equivalent to those who are getting PhDs in life, I guess. I've been skeptical of Bashar for a while now, but I cannot see this as being a graduating master class of any kind whatsoever. If this was a graduating master class of spirituality, what would we have? We would have no conflict. We would have no war. We would have complete and total cooperation, complete and total love. We would see each other as one, and not only see each other as one, we would behave in that way. That's what a graduating masterclass looks like. When the entire population truly loves each other. and we become whole, we become one. What kind of if it was a graduating master class, you would think that thing after thousands of years of slaughter, something would improve at some point. No, it hasn't improved. And like I've said before, it's almost like technology is advancing, but humans are not. For the most part. Of course, there's some exceptions, and even I don't feel like I'm. It's partially my fault, of course. I could always do better, but I've been reflecting a lot lately. I've been meditating more and praying more, and just trying to find that spark of divinity. Just I want it so badly. It's just I miss it so much, guys. I miss it so much. Hello from NorCal. Oh, I live in San Diego. Nice to see you. Yes, Windsor, Ontario. It's across from Detroit. I'm really glad you guys came on. I'm happy to see you here. Thank you. You know, it's a small channel, and I have no interest in like growing it or anything like that, because I feel like this is a community, this is a family, and I can't even tell you how much your support is appreciated. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. So I'm really happy to see you guys. Thank you.